Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the snake. So welcome back all my snake friends. Let's get these shuffled up and see what's going on this karmic Wednesday, because of course it is the day we do the karmic signs, the dragon and the snake. So let's get these shuffled up. Let's move them around a bit. Let's see where we end up. Let's stop about there. We'll take that one from the bottom. We'll take this one from the middle. We'll take this one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got three blacks. Not a great start, and it's easy to get pessimistic when you see three blacks like this. Oh no, doom and gloom. Oh, whatever shall we do? But black isn't always an attack, just like white isn't always all right. It all depends on the compatibilities when we flip over the cards. So starting off then with the first negative, not a bad card at all. We got the Black Rooster. Time to think. Time to put on that thinking cap of yours and start to reel it in a little bit. Is it really worth it? That's what I'm getting here. Is it really worth it? Think about it. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, is it worth it? There's something criticizing what you're doing at the moment. There's some judgment here. There's some sort of like, I don't know, scowl or a look that kind of says like, is this necessary? Is this strictly necessary? But that rooster is in your affinity triangle, so it is very compatible with you. You will get on very, very well with a rooster person, and you will appreciate each other's strengths. So I feel what we've got here is a failure to appreciate your own strengths, because we're in that negative space. And I think because of this, it's pushing you into a place where you now need to think about your actions or your recourse or, you know, your goals or where you're headed or which direction you want, simply because you're kind of getting invested. You're getting invested and now you're wanting to get some definite answers. But it might not necessarily work out like that. Like I say, no point pushing out there looking for answers. Rein it in. Put your thinking cap on. Let's get to the bottom of it. Is it necessary to proceed in the way you want to proceed? Is it going to be beneficial for you? That rooster is almost a warning for you. It's almost like a, come on now, let's think about this. I mean, you can accomplish highly ambitious projects. You have a affinity for great success. Your attributes and character are enough to push you in the right direction where your intuition will guide you and you will be fortunate and benefit from this. But if you're distracting yourself and getting caught up with, you know, things that don't necessarily concern you, or putting focus on things that aren't necessarily yours to put focus on, you're going to be inefficient and you're going to find conflicts. You are going to find conflicts. Just like that. Boom. The worst card that you could get, the Black Pig. I say the worst card, it's just your conflict card. Everybody has a conflict. And here's your conflict. The pig. The boar. And it's in the negative space. It's in that black. And the snake and the boar, they just, again, do not appreciate each other's strengths. It's interesting that. Because that's two cards now that would suggest that you're not appreciating what you bring to the table. You're doubting yourself. And now your actions are representing that. So I say, rein it in a little bit. Let's think about this for a minute. Think of all the things you've overcome. Think of all the things you've achieved. Think of all the things you're capable of. Think of all the things that you have learned and all the things that you teach. All the things that you've been able to do and all the things that you want to do because you have the means and the necessary tools or knowledge to do so. And yet here we are, stood at the edge of a catalyst moment and a change in direction, a shift, and not one that you're going to be comfortable with. The pig comes in very, very slow, which is always suspicious to you. If something's going to change, it should happen now. If it's going to happen, let it happen. But the pig doesn't happen like that. It comes in slow, so it's hard to believe it's ever changing at all. It's not going to make you feel comfortable. If something has to give, let it give. If something has to be replaced, then replace it. If something has to break, then let it break. If something is new, then let it just come in and be here now. It doesn't, however, always work like that. And that pig is a big lesson for you. It also takes a lot of patience, because that pig is slow moving, which is your polar opposite, really, because when things slow down, you don't necessarily trust it. When everything's moving, it's like it's a finely oiled machine. Everything's moving, everything's going. It doesn't have to be going fast, but it is moving. That boar slows right down, almost to a halt, almost completely stopping. But that's exactly what you need to do, I think. I think right now you need to remember who you are. Stop being so skeptical upon yourself, because that's unfair on you. Stop making excuses for yourself and saying, well, it's because I'm not good enough, but it's because I don't know how, it's because I've never been shown, it's because I've never been in this situation before. Well, get on with it. This is now the time to put your character to the test. So what if you've never done it before, you don't have the experience? So what? Life is about taking risks sometimes. So let's take a risk. Let's take a chance. Think about it. Reassess it. Move forward accordingly. The change is going to come in either way. You may not like it. You may not be able to accept it. But boom, here it is. Here's the change. Here's the shift. And as you shift from that catalyst over into trying to get back into a normal place, we have that tiger, another card that you are just not familiar with, a card that you're not necessarily compatible with. It's another one that is bringing out that suspicious kind of mentality. There isn't a great result when the snake and the tiger team up. We're looking at emotional troubles here as well, emotional stagnation. We're looking at an emotional I suppose in some ways, turmoil, a bit of upset. And this could be because your expectations haven't been met. So now you're feeling a bit upset about it. Or maybe you blame yourself and you're feeling a bit guilty. It's easy now for you to start becoming competitive or unsympathetic, especially if your own interests are opposed. The tiger, it's coming in there as again, like the rooster, as like a warning. But you have to embrace this change, and you have to do it with a clear, level head. There's no point being outspoken. There's no point being aggressive. There's no point losing your temper or being competitive. Things will just get in your way if you allow this to take control of you. The change is going to push through. The change is going to push you through. And as it does so, it is going to make you emotionally wary, where you feel like, your sort of needs aren't being considered. But that's not to suggest that they're not being considered. You're just going to perceive it that way. This is going to take some sort of emotional strain. Maybe you're missing somebody. Maybe you feel like you're missing out on something. Maybe there is something missing in your life, or at least you feel there is. And this makes you sad. It makes you anxious. It makes you question things. So you just have to have that right mindset. And it has to be more of a positive one than this negative one, because as we go through this negative phase, although things could be better, it is an opportunity for you to appreciate yourself, because you can drag yourself through this and come out the other side and eventually see the positive, because you've assessed the situation with that level head and that right mindset. We'll find out, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the snake. I'll be back tomorrow with a reading for you guys born in the year of the sheep and the horse, or the horse and the sheep. If I don't see you then, no worries. I'll just see you next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the snake. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.